Hi everyone. Welcome to the 9th episode. Wow, we're really moving along here. Of Truth in Tech, the show where we talk about the week's most interesting tech stories. And I am going to kick it off with a New York story. So last year, this VC firm called First Round Capital launched this thing called the Dorm Room Fund, where they gave kids, I think it was at UPenn, $500,000 to invest in student startups. So there's a team of college investors that invest in other college student startups. And I guess they invested in this startup called Firefly that actually did really well. And so now they're moving to NYU, Columbia, and the Cornell Tech campus. And it's the same thing, $500,000 to invest in student startups.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel maybe there are some college kids that are responsible with $500,000, but I feel like the types of kids that would get into this would be huge douchebags and invest, use it sort of as a power card, which I could be wrong, but I feel like the types of kids that are into entrepreneurship are not the types of kids I would want to give $500,000 to. But I don't know.
See what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. I guess I guess they have reason to expand. So. Yeah.
And they said it worked the first time that they did it with.
I just looked at their portfolio. That company Firefly was in the news a lot last year. So yeah,
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah. Yes. So what about Boston? What's going on there?
Yeah. In Boston, well, back in October, if you'll remember, Zynga in Cambridge ended up closing down, and so a lot of their workers or employees went on to do other things. One is at Runkeeper, but 5 of those employees got together, and they're bringing back games. They formed Proletariat. So
it's a great name.
It is. It's appropriate. It's their first game that they developed was Hug the Sloth, which is as awesome as it sounds. And I looked it up in the iTunes store, and it's basically you have a sloth, and it's an app, and you get to dress it up, and then you hug your sloth. And so it's awesome, and I'm sure Kristen Bell would enjoy it. The video, we'll post it with this. She's very much into sloths. You'll see on her interview with Ellen. But anyway, so how could you not love a game like that? So they're also looking to release next week an app called Letter Rep. So it's like a fast typing type of game, and so you choose the speed that you want it to go at, and then you have a bunch of letters, like a word coming, and you have to type it before it hits the screen.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be good for kids learning how to type in school. Yeah, is that what it's for?
I think more mobile, so it's more of kind of like, those word games, the word scramble and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So get better at typing on your mobile device.
Well, I could use that, I guess. All right. Well, that's some positive phoenix from the ashes, I guess.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're still hanging around and starting to do their own adventure.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, nice. Well, okay, so this is not really related, but the science magazine Nature. They've been around since 1869, I think, but their publishing group, the Nature Publishing Group, just bought this Swiss publishing company called Frontiers, which is also a scientific academic publishing company. and it's only been around since I think 2007. And the Frontiers is like really different from most academic publishing companies because it has like a super high acceptance rate. Like only research papers that are really flawed don't get accepted. And like usually like, you know, if you go into like Jester or like Muse or whatever, you either have like your college pays for a subscription or you pay for a subscription. But with Frontiers, they people who get accepted pay to have their research posted. And then like Frontiers does analytics on like its quality based on how many people read it and like have comments on it and have questions about it, that sort of stuff. And this company also has like this social networking platform that's really popular within the readers. And The Economist called it a LinkedIn for Boffins, which is an awesome name.
Agreed.
But anyways, yeah, I think it's just like the latest sign that like the traditional subscription model for academic papers is moving towards an open access model, which is like sort of what Aaron Schwartz was fighting for. So it's just like it's a good, seems like a exciting step for such a venerable old group to move towards open access.
Yeah. Getting like a refresh. That's cool. Sweet. Let's see. Oh, what other stories do we have? Speaking of like getting an update to their system, Nielsen is looking into, or there's rumored that they're looking into adding like Xbox and iPad to their TV rating system. So so they're looking into incorporating ratings data for videos viewed on streaming services. So like Netflix and Amazon. And so things streamed on devices like Xbox and PlayStation and the iPad.
Right.
Because, they said, those aren't being, like a lot of the TV stations are saying, those aren't being factored in to their ratings. And so, so it's...
That's crazy that they haven't been factoring those in. Like, that must be a pretty substantial audience at this point, right?
That's what I was thinking too. And it had said that they have to look into like incorporating their tracking code within like Netflix and having like it be compatible and being able to track and record all of that information. So
right.
I think there's a lot that goes into it.
I guess like what you'd want to know is like if the audience that watches shows like through alternative methods is like similar to the audience that watches cable, like regular TV, or if they have like their own, if they have much different predilections, I guess, because if it's different, then you're missing a huge amount of data.
That's true. That could be, because it could be a generational thing too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably not a lot of like Dancing with the Stars is being watched on like Xbox, I would guess, but
maybe not. You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Well, it was weird because like I used like Aereo to watch the Oscars on Sunday, which is like it turns your phone into a cable, gives you cable TV to your phone or to your computer for like a day or a month or whatever. And it was weird because like it was the first time that I had watched regular commercials, like not non-personalized commercials, in a really long time. So even during the Super Bowl, I don't remember like I guess I didn't really watch the Super Bowl that much. But this was like just like general ads that were totally non-targeted to me, and there were such long ad breaks, and I was like, this is way suckier than watching it than watching like Hulu or Netflix. But I was not digging it at all.
Yeah. Oh, so there's maybe a little bit of a plus for targeted advertising then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like targeted advertising, but I like it a lot better than regular advertising, I guess.
Yeah, and now that you know that, because now that's become part of your everyday part of your life, you didn't realize that it was like that before.
Right.
How terrible it was previously.
Yeah.
So it's improving.
It is. Step in the right direction. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So yeah, another update. Remember, I guess in the past couple weeks, there's been a lot of news about how China's been hacking, the New York Times and the government. Like the White House just said that they were they had a hacking attempt, and the security company Mandiant traced almost all the hacking attacks attempts to this Shanghai based military defense unit. This one unit, I guess it's massive. But anyway, so yesterday, the spokesman for the Ministry of Defense in China said that China has actually been the victim of tons of hacking attacks from the United States over the past year. They said an average of 91,000 attempts per month. From the United States. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But it's they just flipped the equation on us. So I don't know if the government will. Yeah, I don't know if the government will respond or not. But
because what did they have to back that up?
They didn't. All they did was publish a press announcement on the defense website. There wasn't any stats or.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting that they flipped it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a story on. There's no tie-in here, but fake. The Google Glass. We had talked about it in a previous.
Yeah.
Or you had brought it up in a previous Truth in Tech episode, and apparently there was someone on eBay who was trying to sell or auction off his Google glasses. But he said on his post, though, that he didn't have them yet, that he was supposed to be among the early adopters, so one of the first people to get it from Google. But his username was Black Cat, too, which I thought was interesting. And people bid up to $15,000, $15,900, so almost $16,000, which is 10 times more than what the headset is supposed to sell for, which is $1,500 is what they had priced it at. And so then they took down the bid or the post on it. So
because he didn't have the glasses yet, or because was it a scam, or was he just are you not allowed to sell things that you don't have yet?
I think you're not allowed to sell things that you don't have yet. I think that wasn't super clear in the article whether it was him that took it down or it was eBay that said,
oh, okay.
Yeah, not so much.
I can't believe people are willing to pay that much for
I know.
them.
I know.
That's crazy.
I guess because there's a limited number coming out. But also I think Google hadn't confirmed. That they picked the early adopters that they wanted to give it to. So I guess he couldn't confirm that he was going to get them. So.
Okay. Huh. I mean, I would never. I feel like something like that, I get wanting to try it out before everybody else, but if you really want to own them, just wait a year or two and you'll be able to buy them for $200, $300. So. Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are that like to try things out. Early adopters that like to try things out, the first ones or the newest ones. So I always wait for them to do it, and then I ask. So how's it going? Does it work well?
I mean, I'm curious, but definitely not to buy. But anyways, okay,
Because
cool.
Google Glass, those are those glasses that create like a 3D environment or augmented reality, right?
Yeah. And like I don't know, they've definitely gotten some like high profile accolades from like some of the big tech bloggers. But I personally I just find the idea of something like scrolling over my eye I don't think I would like that at all. Like I think it would distract me and make me like trip and stuff.
Like the gander video.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't need more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there would just be so much incoming information that I already get like pelted with on the daily, and but we'll see. I could change my tune later on once it becomes the norm.
Yeah, true.
But
all right. Well, okay. So what else do we have before App of the Week?
Oh yes, last story that's been in the news all throughout this last week was Marissa Meyer's band who's working for Yahoo, banned working from home.
Right.
So there's a lot. Well, actually, there's like two camps on it. One camp said like that's a very good, innovative decision to have people all meeting up physically and being able to share ideas. And so I know that's what she had used to do in her last position. She would schedule like a bunch of like 15-minute meetings with people, and she said that's where a lot of great ideas came through. But then again, there's other people that say like telecommuting is so big now, and I feel like a lot of companies are taking advantage of it. I mean, we take advantage of it, and we're still very innovative. And just like someone had written a blog post about this company in Santa Monica, I think, that is like everyone telecommutes, and they've been very successful.
Yeah, I think telecommuting definitely is not right for a lot of people. I think it like depends on your personality type.
Yes.
But also like for a company like Yahoo that's trying to figure out like where it's going and like trying to like marshal the forces, consolidate, like move forward, I think that's really hard to do if you have a spread out workforce, because people don't feel as as connected to each other in the company, I would guess.
Right.
So I don't know if it's like a very pragmatic decision long term, because you're going to lose a lot of talent. But I think on this short term, it just makes a lot of sense given where Yahoo is right now.
Yeah. That's a good point. I hadn't fully considered that. But
I think also part of the uproar might be because a lot of tech bloggers work from home, and so they probably see it as somewhat of a personal affront.
Assault.
Yeah. Would be what I would guess.
That makes sense. But I guess specific for Yahoo at this specific time.
It sort of makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, the last thing we have is we call it App of the Week. This time it's not really an app so much as, I guess it's an app. iTunes U, which is the university catalog of lectures that are they're always free. There's I don't know how many, but there are tons on every subject under the sun. They just passed their 1 billionth download. Which is pretty cool. And I guess Stanford University alone has contributed, has had over 60 million of their lectures downloaded. And some courses have had 250 people, individual lectures have had 250 people download them. So it's cool. It's another, it's not online education exactly, but it's sort of a offshoot of it. And yeah, I'm glad to see that. I've downloaded a couple of their courses, like language courses, when I feel like I really need brush ups. And yeah, they're pretty, like, they have really good university professors doing them. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So and we also, I guess, had the sloth game.
Yes, I was gonna say, if you don't want to learn that and you just need a happy moment, your day is not going so hot. Go download Hug a Sloth.
Yes, exactly.
Hug your sloth. Have you hugged your sloth today?
It's a really important part of everyone's day, I think.
It's true. You should also YouTube Kristen Bell and her.
Okay.
All you have to do is put Kristen Bell sloth, and you'll get it.
Okay, I will do that.
It will also make you very happy.
Okay, awesome.
A lot of happiness going on in this episode.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so next week I will be talking from Austin, which will be a bigger divide than New York, Boston, but
that's right. And what are you doing in Austin?
Just, joining the massive hordes of other startup people for South by Southwest.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to hear all of your updates.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to go to Texas. Never really been, so
nice.
It's fun. Yeah. All right. Well, until then, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.